Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Asue Ighodalo na the way forward for election wey wan happen for Edo State. This na wetin Comrade Stanley Osazor talk for this video. He say Mode Okpebholo dey run from media just like Tinubu and Buhari run from debate. Make I leave you, make you hear from Comrade Stanley Osazor the message we bring come today. Enjoy the video.
Call President Muhammadu Buhari for debate to tell Nigerians what he has in store for Nigerians. He avoided every debate just the same way today. The likes of Okpebholo is running from the media. Just the same way President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ran away from all debates. As we speak, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can say that he owes Nigeria nothing and we cannot ask him. Because actually, we did not hear from him the promise that he claimed to bring. We only seen on national papers, social media, that this was the manifesto of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But there is nowhere or any video whatsoever where Tinubu said he's going to do this or do that. Apart from the word, "It is my turn." In Yoruba language, Emiloko. You can't tell me that you are not aware that Asue Ighodalo is the most competent. You can't tell me. You knew he's the most competent. You are aware. But there is this sentiment in your heart. If Obaseki, Obaseki never do you anything. I said it on media. I said the only place I will score Obaseki 50% is if he fails to face Ekewan Road. Those where they carry camera, they go again want to go to show the bad situation. Why not go there go show another? Sometimes they say, hey, Nana you want fix the road, Nana you want fix the road. He tell you don't finish. Now let that road be. I took you around some roads in Edo Central just recently. You saw things for yourself. Yes, it's a beautiful good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. I remain my humble self, yours noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Osazor. Yes. By the grace of God, the Coordinator General Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, the CEO Standard Sadi Enterprise, in fact, the CFO man Edo State. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I think that as a citizenry, we need to constantly inform our people on the possible way forward so as not to make a glaring mistakes that we've been making in the past. I could also recall sometime in 2015 while President Okpebholo Jonathan was president, we insisted that Nigerians should allow the evil that they know to continue. Was a group of elements who believe that they can get to El Dorado by removing an administration that has helped to manage the economy from 1999 to 2015. We thought that those who were agitating for the removal of the People's Democratic Party from the national politics have a better alternative to address the current economic and political imbroglio that we have in the country. They came out with an emblem. We want to change. We need change. 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 While we're informing Nigerians that the change that you are looking for is nowhere to be found, these selected persons convinced all other sundry, including the president that we have today, work together to bring in a government known as the government led by President Muhammadu Buhari, His Excellency. What then happened and what was the cost of dollar as at then? President Muhammadu Buhari came into being and continued the administrative process of the country. Immediately, the country was placed on a reverse gear. The cost of petroleum product increases. The economy was in a state of huge problem. On a daily basis, we saw skyrocketed price of grains. Nigerians can no longer have access to food. As at 2014-2015, the cost of cement was still 1,000. And Nigerians were crying that cement was so expensive, that we needed to bring it down because we knew how much it was before the democratic dispensation and how much it is as at that particular time in 2015, thereabout. When President Muhammadu Buhari came into being, the cost of cement moved from 1,000 naira to 1,200, from 12 to 13, from 13 to 15, from 15 to 17, from 17 to 25, from 25 to 27. Nigerians were crying. We had already made a very big mistake. Just the same way we want to make it in a two, but to us, we will vehemently resist it because we will not allow it to happen. What was the mechanism used? Call President Muhammadu Buhari for debate to tell Nigerians what he has in store for Nigerians. He avoided every debate, just the same way today the likes of Okpebholo is running from the media. Just the same way President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ran away from all debates. As we speak, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can say that he owes Nigeria nothing and we cannot ask him. Because actually, we did not hear from him the promise that he claimed to bring. We only seen on national papers, social media, that this was the manifesto of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But there is no way or any video whatsoever where Tinubu said he's going to do this or do that. Apart from the word, it is my turn, in Yoruba language, Emiloko. So as of today, I do not think we reserve the right whatsoever to check his activity, owing to the fact that there was no official promise from Mr. President. They all avoided the whole debate. As we speak today, there is a narrative in Edo. People claiming that Okpebholo is not the kind of person that talks, so he doesn't care. It's not about talk. You could also recall the self certificate saga emerged in the past. That they questioned the authenticity of President Muhammadu Buhari's certificate. They went ahead to go and bring a WAEC result with the old age picture of President Muhammadu Buhari. Even some person said, even if he produced NEPA bill, all this we will vote for him. What was the resultant effect? Who is crying today? It is the failure of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration that metamorphosed into the consolidated failure of what we have today in Nigeria. Some persons will tell you it is not enough to judge a government that have not lasted for 1 year. A same government that have not lasted for 1 year have jeopardized what has been on ground for acorns of years within a twinkle of an eye. And you say we should not check the activity of such a government? Question. You are saying now, if you have not shared this video, please share. You are saying now that we should not check the activities of such a government? For how long shall we going to live in a full paradise where sycophants celebrate mediocrity? The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been increasing everything. I look at people, I laugh. They are talking about the increment of dollar. Do you use dollar in Nigeria? According to Tinubu, and I subscribe to that statement. Your dollar going to crash according to them. What was the amount of dollar before Tinubu came into being? Buhari left it at about 5 something to 600. Today, how much is it? And you are saying such resources is crashing? That is purely politics. Even if the dollar crashed to 10 naira, you must continue to have galloping and runaway inflation in Nigeria. You must continue to have expensive goods and services. How much is a bag of rice? A civil servant that moved from on the 1st to on the 30th, taking transportation from his house to the office, his minimum wage cannot buy a bag of rice. His minimum wage cannot buy a bag of rice. How much is it today? Just some few days back, electricity tariff increased. This is a government that have never provide anything as a means to cushion the effect of every policy created by this government. The government does not even know what subsidy is all about. Is there anywhere in the world, up to food is subsidized in the Western world? Is there anywhere in the world where government does not subsidize for the citizens? The only subsidy that Nigeria enjoys, no food subsidy, no insurance, nothing. The only subsidy Nigeria enjoyed from government, who was the last thing that benefit from government, was the subsidy on petroleum products. They removed it because they want everyone to remain in the backwater of economic decadence. I am not of the opinion that subsidies should be removed from the scheme of things, because it is the only benefit that citizens are benefiting from the Nigerian state. Every other activity you provide them yourself. Water, yourself. Security, yourself. What has this government done? What has this government done for you? The APC administration has been a problem. And again, they are saying they want to change the change. That is what we want now in Nigeria. We must change them up. Now, let's trickle it to Edo State. Today, we are presented with 2 or 3 persons. As we speak, even it is visible to the deaf, to the blind, and audible to the deaf, that we have a more competent personnel beyond every others that are running in these elections. A template has been created. The question is, are you going to use sentiment, or are you going to drink poison because it was served to you with your tribal cup? Are you going to make the same mistake that we made in the past, which gave rise to the emergence of the administrations that we are seeing today in Nigeria, that has pushed the country to the backwater of economic decadence? I have said this before, and I'm going to repeat it again. The administration of Governor Obaseki performed more than any administration that have ruled Edo in the modern democracy. Put me anywhere, and I'm willing to take the challenge. Just day before yesterday, I was doing somebody's CFO. He said she came from all the way from diaspora. She said she needed to get a CFO, and we have been talking about the Benimo. She's in the mall. I should come and give her the CFO there. On getting there, she openly agreed that Don Akpano Obaseki Yaibi. Are you going to pay deaf ear to this infrastructure that you're seeing? As we speak, let me tell you a clear fact. APC has nothing to campaign with in Edo. APC has nothing to campaign with in Edo apart from using traditional sentiment. And I was glad, as at yesterday, a publication came out where the Oba in himself acknowledged the effort of His Excellency Oba Okpebholo. Nobody can create conflict. Nobody can create unnecessary disagreement for political gratification. I want to state this unequivocally clear. The only reason why you are having some attack dog attacking this administration is because the administration refused to dole out resources the way they expected it as a politician. Ordinarily, while an average citizen is looking for road, lights, and electricity, an average citizen is looking for cheaper school fees, an average citizen is looking for a more salubrious environment. Politicians don't concern themselves with a salubrious environment. They believe in agitation for the next election. Election will be going on today. They will be if you are going to do an election today, in 2024, they are planning for the election in 2028. That is the goal of an average politician. They don't care. As we speak today, the ministers of Okpebholo are amassing wealth to contest elections in their various states when election is ready. They don't care about development of the nation. Forget the propaganda that you're seeing on telly. It is obvious that Mr. President today has no conscience. It is obvious that Mr. President today have no conscience. If he has conscience, those policies that he's bringing in and now, that Nigerians are facing excruciating situation, he would have been very, very careful in bringing out those policies. But one check, it's actually, he doesn't care. This is the same man who said, let the poor breathe. Instead of allowing the poor to breathe today, he's busy strangulating the throat and necks of the poor, creating economic bottlenecks in all tributaries of our local economy. To the extent, workers are working without getting anything. Traders are trading without getting anything. I, for one, I can no longer go to the market to get something because we have runaway inflation in the country that led to hiking price, both in petroleum products and both in goods and services. Now, for those who are correlating the economy with dollar, don't waste your time. Mr. President knows where to touch. Reduce the cost of diesel. Let the petroleum subsidy continue. Even if you don't want to bring in the subsidy for petroleum, just go and reduce the cost of diesel. Everything will fall down immediately. Even the cost of cement will reduce. Then fix our major federal roads. As we speak today, go and check what is happening in our federal roads. It's nothing to write home about. The federal construction is like a job done by FEMA, patching areas in the name of creating palliative. What are the construction activity or mechanism put in place by this government? Nothing on ground. And yet, people are still agitating that we should bring them to Edo. We say no, and we say declare clearly, Kabuto rejectamenta to any person or group of persons who wish to bring these people through the back door to Edo State. For me, it's very obvious. It's not an attack. Monday Okpebholo has nothing to offer. Sorry to say, it's not an attack. How did he manage to get into the Senate? Let's look at it very clearly. It was a protest vote against Senator Odia, who performed exceptionally well as a senator in Edo Central under the tutelage of the PDP. There is a culture in Edo Central, political culture. It was established by late Chief Anthony Hakakon Aneni. When Edaotion Ogbesia wanted to go for third term, and then he told him, step down, let Odia go. Odia did his first term. Odia did the second term. Odia wanted to do a third term. The people of Eastern said no, we will not accept. It's a two-term thing. Who was the better alternative to run in that election? It was a protest vote given to Okpebholo to emerge. As of today, we have one senator representing Edo, Senator Adams Aliyu Oshomole. The rest of them, both that of Edo South and Edo Central, they are docile senators. They have nothing to offer. They are only coming out, state managing themselves now on the media just to have a video to show that they are talking in the Senate. Where have they been? They have not said anything in the Senate. Your interest is not protected. They are busy amassing wealth, collecting your collective destiny, just to come to run for an election in Edo State without having anything on ground. In an election proper, and in deciding who becomes your governor or your representative, in this case, you look at individual goals and competencies. I saw some person saying that he was the chairman of Sterling Bank. I saw the chairman of Sterling Bank. He was this, was that. Why did he start a Sterling Bank branch in a salon, in his village? In his, and I asked, does Jim Ovia have Zenith in his village? Does Dangote have Dangote company in his village? Why are you whipping sentiment? It is a Nigerian thing. Now we are doing a do thing. Let the best man occupy the position. But if you don't want the best man to occupy the position, the same way you are bearing the pain, nobody is coming out again that they are gratified. They are ashamed of themselves. We will stand. The Igbos are not crying today because they knew already that problem is going to come in the future, and they brace themselves against the problem. They brace themselves against the problem. The Hausas are crying, the Yorubas are crying, but the Igbos are doing their business. In fact, the inflation today, the Igbo benefited the inflation more than anything. They go to import goods to the country. They sell and make their money. While you who brought in a bad government is crying. They are not crying. They are not crying. They brace themselves. I told them, some of them were together at one place called Matimo. I said that Edo was the brain behind the Obi movement. We skyrocketed Obi movement in Nigeria. And they all agree this is the truth. So we all knew, if you want to bring in bad government, you want to bring in some selected persons, just because you think you want to attack Obaseki, or just because you think you want to punish Obaseki, that he cannot bring his successor, no problem. Do your best. Of a truth, if you punish Obaseki, Obaseki no go fit poor for life again. Get that clearly. If you forget that one, add and join your level of reminder. Obaseki will never bore. Asue Ighodalo, this a big way or whatever they call it, that man that died in plane crash, cannot tell me that he's richer than Asue Ighodalo. Go and investigate this set of people. So if you bring in an enemy of the state in terms of inability to manage your economy, fine, do whatever you choose. Now let me tell you why I love Obaseki. A government that came out publicly to say no file stands on my table at post 24 hours, it is confirmed. Go and check. If you want to reach Obaseki, to write Obaseki today, send it through DHL. In 3 days, you will receive your reply. These are men who wants to sign documents. They will sit and read it very clearly. They will understand the rudiments of what is written purely on that document before I send it to it. But what do we have in the likes of others? Gama wey no book no fit be governor. In no book, he brain dey hot. But there are responsibility beyond brain activity in government. You not get patient to sit. You can't even wait to read. If they even make posts on your social media handle, you just read the first 2 lines, you go comment. You don't even know the person they talk. And you want to be governor. Is it possible? He was invited to Amigo's page. Amigo is a member of the All Progressive Congress. Ordinarily, the page is supposed to protect him. He ran away. He has not told you anything. They will tell you campaign has not started. Arise TV is there. Okay, let's say Arise is sentimental. Go to channels and speak to your people. As we speak, godfathers are packaging him and they are pretending that they are no godfathers. Who is Pastor Sergei Zeyamu to Okpebholo? When he won, Zeyamu came out on national television to say that clearly that Adam Osomole cannot decide alone who becomes the next governor of the state. And it happens. I told people, I said, Zeyamu is more stronger than Osomole political. Zeyamu don't play politics. Osomole say, they say, we not go agree, oh, we not go agree. He don't know the game, which is Zeyamu. I am telling you today, the current godfather today is Pastor Sergei Zeyamu. They may dispute this, but it is a fact. We know. But they are making that to be very silent. Adam Osomole is only following up. He has no stake in the All Progressive Congress now in Edo, apart from bringing in the deputy governorship candidate, who was his preferred candidate. Politics is deep. The more you look, the less you see. Edo don't make the mistake to bring in gross incompetent people. But if you do, fine. Fine. If you feel stay, we will stay. That's why on our part, we serve the prepare for the unknown. Don't worry yourself. We not agree to happen to us before we start to be act down. The sea of Oma and those states. I told you all, by the grace of God Almighty, I know how to play my game. I know how to act my game. So, not just look my side. Try and make sure, say, you bring in a better government that is more competent. You know, there are some persons now, they are operating with hatred. What do you want Asue to do that he has not done? When Asue was campaigning to get the ticket of the PDP, check the discrepancy between the both. Why Adam Osomole brought Obaseki in his first term and said, this is who we want. All of you should go and be campaigning for him. None of the campaign ground where Obaseki for talk. He dey stand, he go there, he go do down. Somebody do everything before Obaseki became governor. But when Asue comes, so Asue speaks for himself. He visited the 192 wards in Edo State. Asue Ighodalo visited the 192 wards in Edo State. They tell me, how can you deny somebody, such a person, a ticket? For those who believe that ticket is their birthright, let me tell you, it is not a force for the governor to support anybody. The governor has a choice. If you think you are more valuable, go and reach out to the delegates let them give you their vote. Asue Ighodalo worked hard. So then you go to cook for kitchen. If they move for nowhere, no enter. Then at the end of the day, he got the result that he was soliciting for. Now it's election proper. Will they see Okpebholo go come down for motto, though they work out for they sing song follow on? Is that the basis? Is that the basis? Ask them a simple question. Go to every APC man's wall on social media. What you see is, why will they tell you the traditional? Why will they tell you the traditional? What? Are you the spokesperson of the Benin Traditional Council? Are you more Benin than those persons? Is there any correlation between the Traditional Council and politics? Why are you dragging into it? Then you are dragging it in, and one person now say, oh, you say this one is okay, Oba. Please, go make sure that you don't drag the palace into your political activity. It is our value. We hold it in a very high esteem. But it is purely separate from politics. Please and please. So just check. You will never see anywhere that they will say, Okpebholo did so and so thing. He brought this to this area. The borehole that he brought in Edo Central is till today. You know the rush. Water no day. It is eye mark, not ear mark. Show us. Some people say, "What by say go water?" Show us. Are you? Some people will say, "There is just a senator for about 10 months." Is that enough for you to tell me? Ask him if he has not received 10 months salary in the Senate. Ask him, where did this senator bring come away? Say the part they do for budget. Ask him whether court not enter in hand. If you can receive, why don't you do for your people too? Are you telling me that he has not received any money? You said we should not ask him what he has done for 10 months. But this man has received salary per each month. And the parted budget whatsoever. You cannot tell me that they didn't give him his cut. Did he come out to cry? The same man came out on the national television that he has performed more than the governor of Edo State, even as a senator. Then we went to go and bring out the bowl. In the press and water not come out. So what are you talking about? Now you want to drink poison because it is served with your tribal cup? Now you want to drink poison because it is served with your tribal cup? If Asue win, it's your victory. If Asue no win, now you sabi. Now you sabi. He go pain Asue for 5 days, he go move on. Because for the money we go spend, now pinch him money. He can't pour. But me and you, will the beer to the beer no go today. I heard Pupa Galadima. I watched his video where he said, I am supporting Tinubu to pour pepper in Nigerians' eyes. It is what they deserve. You have an alternative to bring in, opportunity to bring in a better government. You use tribal sentiment. A man who has a solution to your economic problem. Dr. Peter Obi. You carry a trouble, somebody go sit down and Igbo. You know, if you do this, we no agree, okay? Till today, Peter Obi is capable enough to travel to any country of the world. They want play match here, go. They want this one here, go. Anyway, they want go. He cannot pour for life. Who they suffer now today? If you like, they say, fuel, now 10,000 naira per liter, Peter Obi will bear. Me and you no feedback. Check my compound. Car not there again. I don't keep all of it. I go commode, I go keep on one side. I can't fund them. I only have just my bush vehicle, my Hilos, my Sienna, where they gift me, and my personal car where they go out. 3. I keep the rest. We can't fund it anymore. Before, if I go work for see your food, I'll go use 4,000 naira fuel. My staffs go use 4,000 naira fuel because we share ourselves for bush. When their 4,000 naira fuel go finish for road, they'll come and say, fuel don't finish. I say, I'm going to add the money. How 4,000 naira fuel go finish? I'm going to add the money. As of today, a day, I buy fuel with worth about 25,000. Because nowhere this my leg not the touch of Benin every day. Today you see me say I do video now, this one so bush. In the next 2 hours, wait for the next video. You don't see me for another local government entirely. So who is feeling the pain? It's rather unfortunate that only me not be everybody. I would have single-handedly bring Obi as the president. But those who said Obi cannot rule, are the one crying. Those who said Obi cannot be president are the one crying. Peter Obi is not crying. So we can continue with our silly mistake, no problem. You will be the end user, the one to bear the brunt. You can't tell me that you are not aware that Asue Ighodalo is the most competent. You can't tell me. You knew he is the most competent. You are aware. But there is this sentiment in your heart. If you know Baseki, you know, and Baseki don't even do you anything. I said it on media. I said the only place I will score Obaseki 50% is if he face to face Ekenwa Road. Those where they carry camera, they go Ekenwa to go to show the bad situation. Why not go there go show another? Sometimes they say, hey, Nana, you want to face the raid, Nana, you want to face the road. He tell you don't finish. Now let that road there be. I took you around some roads in Edo Central just recently. You saw things for yourself. Because the man refused to bring in camera and to show. If you want to get details, go to Apostle Yunus and swear. You pour for math for what your bastard don't do for you. And I want to tell you this. 10 administration of 80 years without stealing won't fix Edo. 10 different administration of 80 years without stealing a dime won't fix Edo. The problem in Edo is Kubason. Not just Edo, across the country. Nigeria is a developing nation. And we must do everything humanly possible to ensure that we bring in a government that can stand the test of time. Sensible people will get sense through a party affiliation. They follow no road. My brother and my sister, if na small pikin no road, follow on. Not say you too big. If na small pikin no road, follow on. Not also you too big. Because destiny not get age group. It can happen to anybody. That's why Benin get one way they call Omo for one. You go shock, you will be going off maker. Your pikin go make everywhere go clear, go burst. Even at a very young age. Let's give a man who we all know. You can't deny that. Pastor Sage Ezeyamu, Adam Oshomole, Governor Baseki, Tenebe, Clemagba, all know say for this election, the most competent person is Asue Ighodalo. The only person will forgive me confusion for this state, will forgive confuse Osakwonokodi. Now if you say Clemagba get the ticket, you see that Clemagba forget say yes, politics that was say, hey, bros. Now only 2 of them be candidates. With aspirant then we really get the brain to really manage the affair of Edo. The rest forget me they go sit down. Now political godfather they want service. Now see, it is all about the political honorarium, nothing else. It is all about the political honorarium. Somebody asked me, say, are you from our party? I was the only one of the youths in Edo who was serving in the Edo state government in the past. Make I open up to you now. That openly supported Peter Obi. I openly came out to support Peter Obi. Now maybe Osakwonokodi. You see as I did so, I don't ever talk this word before. I'll repeat that for media. I don't Obaseki no cover. Since we do election 2020, quote me anywhere. Cut this part of my video, the post down. I never call Obaseki one day or make a chat on. Me Osakwonokodi. I'm not a lazy person. That's why you see me. I always appreciate our brothers and sisters around the world. But I'm happy that the government created a policy that are honest. Don't give me fish. Teach me how to kill fish. Some people there, I don't want to mention names. Birthday. they'll go meet your excellency. Excellency, I'm on my birthday, so they'll give the money. My excellency, your excellency, he reach somewhere, they can't see the finish. Obaseki has never asked him a time. Now maybe what he ask. I have never say ask the chief of staff, ask any of them. We are friends. I'm not even a fan of Obaseki. And which time I get my leader, distinguished senator Ighodalo, my leader, the secretary of the state government, Pastor Sajogi. We are very close. Ask them whether I never reach a year with me and the series. Like Ozame now. I have not seen Ozame for about a year and 3 months now. Face to face, we never see. Up to about a year, when I have seen the SSG. No, you don't reach a year. Local government election, yes. We see. After that, not be saying we don't like, I don't like to see. I don't have chance. The government created opportunity for us, those of us who know what to do. By the grace of God, I am a professional town planner. Now my course are the practice. I not get chance, and I'm glad today. Those did not throw me away. Those, I may block you if you make this kind of comment on my post again. I will block you, please. If you cannot be civil, I will block you. So for me, by the grace of God Almighty, I continue to thank our people around the world, because when Obaseki created the template, they said, Osakweno, we will bless you. Through me, the CFO documents have gotten to more than 2,000 Edos. It is something. More than. My consortium has given more CFO to Edos than anybody doing CFO in Edo. Go and confirm. The facts are there. Fact check me. Fact check me. Your will never come and not me say no, come out. Fact check me. I don't just talk because I want to talk. I talk because there is something for us to say. As of today, quote me anywhere, judge me with this statement. Asue Ighodalo is the most competent. We will not deny that. Except those set of people who want political honorarium. Yes, and I will not criticize those who did, because I, for one, I have said this on national media, international media, social media, Facebook. I said, but when I say no to stomach infrastructure, or carry your ticket, go from there to date, bros. Not be everything I will feel talk, but me, I may get myself. I know what I mean. Edo people don't try for me. I was a former community vice chairman. Excuse me. Excuse me. As I've earlier said, I was a former community vice chairman. I did my place now the broadcast. Not be every former vice chairman of a place. They're not the beat us come up for power. With the by ourselves they resign. Give me some minutes. I needed to subscribe my data. Good. Sorry, please. Let me just do this. Because if I don't... Yes, sorry. In continuation of that particular video. So, sorry, there was a break in the communication owing to the fact that our data almost elapsed and we have to upload the data system so that we can continue our video. So, as I've earlier said, and I'm still repeating it again, don't drink poison because it's served with your tribal cup. I've started a classical example. I said this set of people that have mentioned their name knew clearly that the best candidate for the 2024 elections in Edo is Dr Asue Ighodalo. But it is a normal culture on the part of politicians. They want theirs to be there so that they can better benefit from the state coffer. Go and check. Apart from selected few have their personal business, how many of them do you think have business? All depend on his politics. So without politics, they can't stand. So they needed to bring in someone that will continue to salvage their stomach infrastructure at the detriment of the collective destiny of our people. But regardless of what, no need for us to criticize any of them. But the truth is this: Edo people should be very, very wise to allow the best man continue. The only best man that we have today that can create a better room for continuity is Dr Asue Ighodalo. I don't know him before. I don't know him from Adam. As I've earlier said, I have never met Asue Ighodalo. I have not called Asue Ighodalo. I don't even have his number. I don't even have intention of looking for him. But having the best in the seat of power will give room for intelligent people to benefit from government. I have said this before, I'm repeating it again in any of the video that I made. I said, the indirect employment created by Obaseki administration favored Emmanuel Gbogbo and Kola Edope and others. They are indirectly employed by the Edo state government. Quote me anywhere. They are part of the 300,000 job created by the Obaseki administration, if not more than that. Those who are celebrating a abysmal failure of the APC administration at the federal level are still coming to criticize a man that have worked tirelessly to address the economic woes of our people. As we speak today, Edo State has the highest minimum wage compared to that of the federal government. Payment of salary as at due is no longer a thing of celebration as it is in Kogi and elsewhere. Here you don't celebrate salary. Obaseki last salary paid to staff was paid on Sunday, just like today. On Sunday, whereas others are waiting in other states to receive their salaries, Edo State government pays salaries as at when due. Go and look at government offices. They are now up to standard, international best practices. It is not difficult to see an abandoned project in Edo. Project led by Dr. Samuel Bomudia that was abandoned by Loki Benedio and Adamu Somole. All has been fixed by Obaseki. I have told you before, and I'm repeating this again. Do not make the mistake to bring in a government that will fail you. Jonathan won. I think I have to cut this video and reschedule it for another day. The network here is a little bit bad, so we're going to make it more of a post. But get it clear, bring in a government that can better stand the test of time. Bring in a government that will represent the interest of the raptor. Bring in a government that will do the needful to create a more functional environment. Bring in a government that will create a salubrious environment. Bring in a continuous administration that can do the better thing for our people. And it's no other person than Dr. Asue Ighodalo. Quote me anywhere. I stand by my word. Osakunopodi and crew. Bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osazo Sakunopodi. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.